Welcome back into Hot Mike Sports, everyone. Today we're going to do another one of those casual videos. They're all pretty casual, but a lot like the other day's video where there's no real thumbnail or anything like that. I didn't have a super big plan going into this one. Really, I just wanted to casually talk about the NBA because the last couple of days have been pretty interesting. We saw the debut of the trio in Brooklyn. We saw Colin Sexton diminish that debut. We saw the Lakers and the Bucks. That's all I could think of off the top of my head right now. But I just wanted to talk about this, guys, especially that Colin Sexton game, right? Um, People are comparing him to Michael Jordan now. Funny stuff. But that trio proved exactly what we thought wrong. Exactly what we thought right. All the criticism came out. The defensive breakdowns, especially in the guards. DeAndre Jordan is not even a shadow of what he used to be. All he provides for you is vertical space, and he just doesn't do anything anymore. He's not a good defender. He used to be a top quality defender. He's just not. Joe Harris has moved to the bench, which is a solid move, but they wanted to get some more scoring off the bench. But this team is going to work out 100% because they're just going to outscore you, straight up outscore you. But Colin Sexton, what was it, 42 in Kyrie's number, on Kyrie's tribute night, in Kyrie's shoes. Absolutely ridiculous game. And we're showing that he could be a bona fide scorer in this league. Him and Garland are going to have a long future together. Hopefully they can stay together. But they were missing, two stars in that game? No Garland. And they still put up 140 points. Forget about the double overtime. Forget about all that. You're allowing that many points to the worst offense in the league, missing two starters. And the Cavs are funny, man. Kevin Porter just got sent to Houston. So, good pickup for them. But the Cavs are funny, man. The last 2 years, they've had the worst defense in the league. This year, they have the best defense in the league. And then, or they might be number 2 now. I think the Knicks just took number 1. And then they are offensively struggling, which looks weird, but it does largely have a lot to do with the games that Colin Sexton, Darius Garland, and Kevin Love have missed. But this team, the way they're stacking up, looks like a legit threat. The only problem, even though they have the best defense right now, will be their defense. That's going to be the problem going forward. But Andre Drummond's impact has been absolutely ridiculous, and I like to see Jarrett Allen. Jarrett Allen was absolutely balling out in that game against Brooklyn. And I like JB Bickerstaff's move to just, he's like, I know Drummond's our all-star this year. It looks like he's an all-star this year, but Jarrett Allen's playing better right now, and we're going to put in Jarrett Allen to finish out the game, and they won the game. And Jarrett Allen is so good defensively. Even it doesn't even show up in the box score. His presence, and the Nets could really, really use him right now over DeAndre Jordan. But DeAndre Jordan's homies with Kyrie and KD. They're not going to ever ship him out. But that game was incredibly interesting. We also watched the Lakers and the Bucks. I was kind of in and out of watching that game. I didn't have a ton of time. I was at work. But I watched almost all the first half. And the defense from the Bucks was ridiculous, forcing turnovers left and right. You've seen a Drew Holiday steal, a Dante DiVincenzo steal, tossed over to Drew Holiday for an instant three, comes back down, blocked by Giannis, a layup. And that's 5 easy points. And I was really surprised. I barely watched the second half. I was really, really surprised that they lost that game just because of how it looked. DJ Augustin was finally playing decent off the bench. I'm really worried that he's not going to be what they signed him to be, because when they signed him, I was so excited. I was like, DJ Augustin, great point guard to come off their bench. Basically, just going to be a welfare George Hill, and he hasn't been even close. But he looked all right, at least in the first half. I know that Giannis had 7 turnovers at the half, and I think he was trying to play up too big to that moment, and he just couldn't handle it. If Giannis has half those turnovers, like a normal Giannis game, we're winning that game. But the Lakers are still title contenders. Obviously, they're number 1 in my book. The Bucks are, shaking a little bit. This is where we're starting to find out. This is that point in the season where we're starting to find out, okay, are these teams legit? Are these teams, are these players legit? Colin Sexton looks legit. The Bucks, I'm still unsure about. The Lakers are legit. Jokic might be a legit MVP contender at this point. So the NBA is really shaping up right now, and it's a lot of fun to see. It's also a lot of fun to see that redemption squad in Houston. Like I mentioned earlier, Kevin Porter Jr. gets shipped to Houston. Not sure for what yet, but Oladipo, Cousins, Wall, and now Kevin Porter Jr. And Christian Wood, like just this island of misfit toys that have a chance to prove themselves. And John Wall, Christian Wood are really taking advantage of that opportunity. I would like to see Oladipo looks good there in a Houston uniform too. I would really like to see Kevin Porter Jr. because that dude is such a bucket, and I really was hoping in my head that the Bucks would target him. Just throw a second-round pick because they were going to waive him if no one gave a trade offer. So a second-round pick, get some bench production. Obviously, it could mess up the chemistry, but, I mean, just a bona fide scorer off your bench would be so nice. And Houston now has Kevin Porter Jr. On a one-year deal. It looks like we'll have to see if they pick up his option at the end of the year. And then at center, Boogie Cousins hasn't been productive at all. But I really want to see how good these guys turn out because these are some of my favorite players to watch. You know, I really hope that they turn out to be good. One last thing before I go. I opened a couple Illusions packs today. And, guys, when I tell you it was the most fun I've had in a long time. Let me show you just some of these. And you might not be able to see them really well. But I'll show you, like, my favorite 4 pulls. You know, I got a rookie Brandon Clark Illusions card. Could be worth something in the future. Rookie Eric Pascal. I got this Will Barton. Let's see. This Will Barton's numbered. He's numbered out of 99. Good card to pull. I really appreciate that. I mean, like, he's not worth anything, really, because it's Will Barton. He's past his prime, but it was cool to pull a number card. It always is. This is my favorite pull. If you guys know me outside of this channel, Westbrook is like my favorite player outside the Milwaukee Bucks, and LeBron James because he's my GOAT. And I pulled this Westbrook Harden Double Visions Illusions card. You know, I got a Jarrett Culver rookie. I got a status pack too. Jarrett Culver, Domantas Sabonis, Ben Simmons. This Carson Edwards New Beginnings card is pretty cool. See, you can't see the glimmer on camera, but it is really cool. And then this last one I want to show you guys is this see-through. It's see-through Living Legends Bill Russell. This card is so awesome. Those Illusions packs are so worth it. I had so much fun, and I didn't even pull an auto. So I would recommend those if I was you guys and you were in the financial place to do that. It did really empty the pockets, but it was a lot of fun. And I hope you guys are enjoying my card packs. I'm actually going to release that video. I opened these Panini Contenders boxes. I opened 2 of them. And I had a blast. Pulled a couple autographs. I pulled a numbered cracked ice card. So if you guys want to see that video, make sure you leave a like. Let me know in the comments all your thoughts on all this stuff. It was just casual NBA talk. I'd love to hear your opinions. That's what these are all about. And, I mean, if any of you guys are still watching this point, thank you so much. I mean, my average view duration is like 2 minutes, so no one really watches my videos. So if you're at the end of the video, please, like, comment just a random letter, and I'll know that you made it to the end because I really, really appreciate you guys that watch my videos. It makes it feel worth it to get to this point, right? So I appreciate you guys. Let me know if you want to see that card pack video. Should be released pretty soon, hopefully. So make sure you leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one, all right? Peace.